In this session, let us understand multiplication of fractions. Whenever we multiply fractions, we multiply the numerator of the fraction with the denominators of the fractions. Like say, I have 1 by 2 and 3 by 4. If I want to multiply these two fractions, we multiply the numerators first, that is 1 by 3, and we multiply denominators, that is 2 multiplied by 4. That will give you 3 upon 8. Suppose I have a fraction, say 8 by 7 and 5 by 2, and I want to multiply these two fractions. What do? We take 8 times 5 by 7 times 2, that will give you 40 upon 14. Or if you can simplify this further, this will be 20 upon 7, right? So whenever you're multiplying fractions, multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and you get your new fraction as your answer. Let us understand the concept behind this first. Suppose I have a whole object. I am dividing it into 4 parts. I have the same whole object which is divided into 4 parts. Here let me consider one part of the 4 parts, that is 1 by 4. This fraction will be 1 by 4. This time I want to consider this also will be 1 by 4. Now together when I take them, that is I am taking this part and I am taking this part, right? That means to say I am taking 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Now we know that this is equal to 2 by 4 because they are like fractions, so keep the denominator as it is, add only the numerators, that will give you 2 by 4. Or if you can simplify this, this will be 1 by 2. Now you know multiplication is nothing but a repeated addition. What is multiplication? Multiplication is repeated addition. Suppose say I have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. What is this? I am actually adding 2 4 times. So I can write this as 4 times 2, which is 8. So whenever we are multiplying, whenever we have anything like this with multiplication symbol, what we mean to say is I am adding 2 4 times, or I am adding 4 2 times. You can consider it either way. But here 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 means I am adding 2 4 times. That's why I write it as 4 into 2 or 4 times 2. That's where you get it as 8. On the same grounds, if I have 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, I can write this as 2 times 1 by 4 because I am adding 1 by 4 2 times, right? Now any number, any whole number can be written as a fraction by writing 1 in the denominator. You know that because any number when divided by 1 will give you the same number. So you can write it as 2 by 1 times 1 by 4. Now we know that whenever we multiply fractions, we multiply only the numerators and only the denominators to get the new fraction. So this will be 2 times 1 by 1 times 4. 2 times 1 is 2, 1 times 4 is 4, that's where you get it as 2 by 4 or 1 by 2, which is the same thing that you got while adding. So when I am saying 2 times of 1 by 4, that means to say I am taking 2 1 by 4 parts. So what do I mean by this is I am taking 2 1 by 4 parts of the whole. Together they will be 1 by 2, which is the same thing. So when you're multiplying this, you are actually what you're doing is repeated addition, right? Suppose I have a a whole object is being divided into 9 parts. Out of 9 parts, let me say I want to consider 2 parts, right? So this will be 2 by 9. Here in the same object, when it is divided into 9 parts, I want to consider another 2 parts. So what will this be? This will also be 2 by 9. Say I want to consider another 2 parts here. This will also be 2 by 9. So when I want to combine these 3 parts that I have chosen these two and these two. When I want to combine them together, first 2, then the next 2, then the next 2, right? So how many I have chosen here? I got, when I am adding these 3, I am going to get 6 by 9. Let us see if we are going to get the same result when you multiply. So I have taken 2 by 9 how many times? 3 times, right? When I am adding them, 2 by 9 plus 2 by 9 plus 2 by 9, I am taking them 3 times. So I'm multiplying it. That's how you write 3 times 2 by 9. Now this is nothing but 3 by 1 times 2 by 9, because any integer can be written as a fraction by writing 1 in the denominator. Now multiply the numerators and denominators, that is, you write 3 times 2 by 1 times 9, which is 6 by 9, which is the same thing. That is the same thing. You understand? So whenever we are multiplying, multiply only the numerators and only the denominators. 3 is nothing but 3 by 1, only the denominators. That's where you get. You can further simplify this. 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9. That is where you can write it as 2 by 3, which is your new fraction. You understand? Suppose I give you another fraction. What do you get when I'm multiplying this whole number 6 with the fraction, say 2 by 7? What should this give you? 6 times 2 is 12. So your new fraction will be 12 by 7. Suppose if I give you 3, multiply the whole number 3 with the fraction 1 by 8. What do you get? 3 times 1 is 3. This will be 3 upon 8. Suppose I give you one improper fraction, like say I want you to multiply 3 with 8 by 7, right? What should this give you? Multiply the numerators. 3 times 8 is 24. Keep the denominator as it is, or what I mean to say is multiply it by 1, that will give you the same number, which is 24 by 7. Or suppose if I give you say 4 times 7 by 5, what should this give you? 4 times 7 is 28. This should give you 28 by 5. So multiplication of fractions is quite simple, that just multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators to get your new fraction, right? Suppose if I give you a whole object is, now say I have a whole object, I want to divide this into 2 parts, right? I am considering this part of it. Okay, suppose I have another whole object, and I am dividing this also into 2 parts, and I want to consider this part of it. The same size, assume that these two are same objects, or 2 different objects of which are same dimensions. Say I am taking one part of the 2 parts, this is also one part of the 2 parts. So this is half of this one part, this is half of this one part. So what I have taken? I have taken together, say I can write it as I am taking half of 2 objects, right? I want to take half of 2 objects. Suppose I want to take them like this. So this is the first half, right? This is the second half. The second half, half of the second object. This together, when I join them, what will you get? You will get the whole object, isn't it? When I am joining them together, you are getting the whole object, which is 1. You understand? So what am I doing here? I am taking half of 2. So of here means multiply. So when I am doing half of half of 2, I mean to write 1 by 2 times 2, which is 1 into 2 by 2 into 1. This is 2 by 1, let us say. This will be 2 by 2, which is 1. Or you can simply cancel it off. 2 times 2 will give you 1. So the answer you get here is 1, which is what you got here. You understand? So whenever you come across this word like of, say 1 by 5 of something, say 2 by 5 of something, say 3 by 4 of something, of here we mean that we are multiplying. Let us understand this with some word problems. We have 2 word problems here. The first problem says John has 20 marbles. Sam has 1 by 5 of the number of marbles of what John has. How many marbles does Sam have? So John has how many marbles? 20 marbles, right? Now Sam has 1 by 5 of how many marbles John has? That is of the number of marbles John has, that is 1 by 5 of 20, which is 1 by 5 times 20, that is 1 into 20 by 5 into 1 is 5, 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 4 is 20, which will give you 4. So number of marbles Sam has is 4. You understand? Suppose, look at the second question. It says, in a class of 40 students, 1/5 of the students like to study math, 2/5 like to study English, and the remaining like to study science. How many students like to study math, English, and science, and what fraction of students like to study science? So we have to find out the number of students who like to study math, the number of students who like to study English, and the number of students who like to study science. And we also want to find out what is the fraction for the number of students who like to study science. Now see, the question goes that the total number of students are 40, isn't it? Now the number of students who like to study maths are 1 by 5th of all the 40 students, isn't it? That means 1 by 5 times 40, which is 40 by 5. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 8 is 40, so it is 8. So number of students who like to study math in that particular class of 40 students is 8. Those who like to study English are 2/5 of the 40 students. That means to say it is 2 by 5 of 40, or this will be 2 times 40 by 5. 5 times 1, 5 times 8, 2 into 8 is 16, so you get 16 here. So the number of students who like to study English are 16. So how many students are remaining? Remaining students are 40 minus of math. How many students like to study math, and how many students like to study English? So when you subtract these two from your total number of students, you get the remaining students who like to study science, isn't it? These are the number of students who like to study science. This is 40 minus 8 plus 16 is 24, and 40 minus 24 is 16. So 16 students like to study science, 16 students like to study math, and 8 students like to 16 students like to study English, and 8 students like to study math. Now what fraction of students like to study science? So out of all the 40 students, 16 students like to study science. This is the fraction, right? 16 upon 40, when you cancel 8 times 2 is 16, 8 times 5 is 40. So 2/5 of the students like to study science.